How seriously has India misunderstood Jinnah?
I think we have misunderstood because we needed to create a demon.
We needed a demon and he was the convenient scapegoat.
I don't know whether he was convenient. We needed a demon because in the 20th century, the most telling event in the entire subcontinent was the partition of the country.
I'll come to that in a moment's time. But first let me put to you the critical question your book raises. It asks, how is it that the man they considered the ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity in 1916 had transformed 30 years later by 1947 into the Qaid-e-Azam of Pakistan? And your book suggests that underlying this was Congress's repeated inability to accept that Muslims feared domination by Hindus, that they wanted space in a reassuring system.
I think we are here is the central contest between minoritarianism and majoritarianism. With the loss of the Mughal Empire, the Muslims of India lost power. But majoritarianism didn't begin to influence them until 1947. And then they saw that unless they had a voice in their own political and economic and social destiny, they would be obliterated. That is the beginning. That is still the purpose.
Let me ask you this. Was Jinnah's fear or anxiety about Congress majoritarianism justified or understandable? Your book, in its account of how Congress refused to form a government with the League in UP in 1937, after fighting the election in alliance with that party, suggests that Jinnah's fear was substantial and real.
Yes, you have to go not just 37, which you have cited. See other examples, 46 elections. Jinnah's Muslim League wins all the Muslim seats, and yet they do not have sufficient number to be in office because the Congress party has, even without a single Muslim, enough to form a government, and they're outside of the government. So it was realized that simply contesting elections was not enough.
They needed certain assurances within the system to give them that space.
That's right. And those assurances amounted to, because that was a moving scale. It was first reservation, which I dispute, frankly. Reservations went from 25% to 33%, and then from reservations it became parity. No, we must be on equal term, parity to partition.
But all of this was search for space.
All of this was a search for some kind of autonomy of decision-making in their own social and economic destiny.
Now your book reveals how people like Gandhi, Rajagopalachari and Azad could understand the Jinnah fear or the Muslim fear of Congress majoritarianism, but Nehru simply couldn't understand this. Was Nehru insensitive to this?
No, he wasn't. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was deeply sensitive.
Then why couldn't he understand
But he was very deeply influenced by Western and European socialist thought of those days. For example, dominion status would have given independence, virtual independence to India in the 20s.
So in other words, Nehru's political thinking and his commitment to Western socialist thought meant that he couldn't understand Jinnah's concerns about majoritarianism. Nehru was a centralist, Jinnah was a decentralizer.